This story involves powerful men, wealth, serious allegations of harm. It centers on Jeffrey Epstein, a financier who faced federal charges for sex trafficking. It centers on Donald Trump, a real estate developer who became a president. It is also the story of numerous women who stepped forward with accounts of abuse. Understanding this complex web requires a careful examination of the public record. The facts, as they are known, provide a framework for comprehending events over several decades, touching the justice system and the influence of wealth and connections. The public record provides a timeline of the known interactions between Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. Their association began in the late 1980s. Trump's Mar-a-Lago club in Palm Beach became a frequent backdrop for their social connection. Flight logs entered into court records show Trump took flights on Epstein's plane on several occasions between 1993 and 1997, primarily between Palm Beach and New York area airports. The logs do not detail conversations or activities during the flights. In July 1992, Trump hosted a party at Mar-a-Lago. A video later surfaced showing Trump and Epstein together, talking and observing women at the event. Some reports called it a calendar girl competition, drawing later scrutiny. The footage does not depict illegal activity, but shows a familiar, casual relationship, one of few videos of them interacting. In 2002, Trump spoke about Epstein in a magazine profile. Later, he said he had a falling out and banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago. The timeline of direct association fades after the mid-2000s, coinciding with investigations in Florida and, reportedly, a real estate dispute. Public records do not show them socializing after this point. Donald J. Trump built his public identity over decades as a real estate magnate, television personality, and ultimately a political figure. He focused on high-profile Manhattan projects and casinos in Atlantic City. The Art of the Deal and The Apprentice amplified a brand of immense wealth. Jeffrey E. Epstein, born in Brooklyn, began as a teacher, moved to Bear Stearns, left the firm, and founded J. Epstein & Co. with a secretive client list that included Leslie Wexner. He amassed luxury homes in New York, Palm Beach, New Mexico, Paris, and on Little St. James. Their lives intersected mainly in Palm Beach around Mar-a-Lago's social sphere. Both men hosted glamorous parties, mingling with financiers, politicians, and celebrities. Trump leveraged fame into a global brand and a presidential bid. Epstein leveraged wealth and connections to cultivate a network that prosecutors say facilitated his criminal enterprise. Aided by donations to academia that burnished his reputation. That reputation laundering helped him move in powerful circles and, for a time, may have deflected scrutiny from mounting allegations. Epstein's 2019 arrest and the earlier 2008 non-prosecution agreement form the legal backdrop of this story. Voices of the accusers. Allegations emerge from the shadows. The case against Jeffrey Epstein is built on dozens of women's accounts. Many were minors, detailing recruitment in everyday places, from outside schools to local malls in Palm Beach County. Recruiters, sometimes young women working for Epstein, offered several $100s for massages at his mansion. Encounters, victims say, escalated into sexual abuse. One prominent accuser, Virginia Giuffre, formerly Virginia Roberts, has stated she was recruited as a teenager at Mar-a-Lago and trafficked to powerful friends. Allegations central to high-profile lawsuits. Sarah Ransom alleged Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell recruited her in 2006 as a 22-year-old student. Her complaint detailed horrific abuse on Epstein's island and trafficking to his friends. Many lawsuits followed Epstein's death, seeking compensation and accountability. For years, the 2008 agreement and its immunity provisions silenced victims. Investigative reporting by the Miami Herald in 2018 exposed the secret deal. A wave of accusers came forward, leading to the 2019 federal indictment. These are difficult accounts. We present them with respect for survivors and fidelity to the public record, public statements, and legal maneuvers. After the 2008 plea deal, as Epstein's crimes drew scrutiny, Trump repeatedly said he had a falling out years earlier and was not aware of criminal behavior. In 2019, Trump told reporters, "I had a falling out with him. I haven't spoken to him in 15 years. I was not a fan of his." Legal documents in various civil cases reference Trump's name. In one unsealed filing, an accuser alleged Epstein directed her to have sex with Trump, a claim later recanted as misidentification. Trump has never been charged or named a defendant in the primary civil suits related to Epstein. The 2008 non-prosecution agreement, negotiated under U.S. Attorney Alexander Acosta, granted a lenient state sentence and broad immunity to potential co-conspirators. Victims were not informed, violating their rights under the Crime Victims' Rights Act. Acosta later resigned as Labor Secretary in 2019 amid renewed criticism. After Epstein's death, litigation shifted to his estate and alleged associates. Ghislaine Maxwell was arrested in 2020 and convicted for sex trafficking of minors. Legal battles continue to unseal documents and hold other potential enablers accountable. Epstein's July 6, 2019 arrest by SDNY on sex trafficking and conspiracy charges ignited intense media scrutiny of his network. Just over a month later, Epstein was found dead in his Manhattan jail cell. The medical examiner ruled suicide, fueling speculation that, without a trial, answers and accountability were lost. Reported security lapses led to federal probes of the Bureau of Prisons. Prosecutors pursued others. A victims' compensation fund, drawn from the estate, paid millions to dozens who submitted evidence, an alternative to prolonged civil litigation. The scope of Epstein's influence remains unclear. While Maxwell was held accountable, victims and investigators assert others facilitated the abuse. Courts still wrestle with unsealing John Doe identities. Persistent public demand for transparency seeks a full accounting of who knew what and when. The story remains unresolved, a complex tangle protected for years by wealth and power. Separating fact from allegation, what the record shows and what remains obscure. The public record confirms Trump and Epstein shared social and professional circles from the late 1980s to the mid-2000s. Photos together, flight logs of Trump on Epstein's plane, and a 2002 Trump quote about Epstein. These facts establish association, not involvement in crimes. Trump has consistently denied knowledge of wrongdoing. While his name appears in some documents, he has not been charged. A single allegation was later recanted and withdrawn. Epstein's 2019 arrest and prior 2008 agreement are documented. Maxwell was convicted of sex trafficking minors. Civil suits yielded settlements from the estate and others, recorded but not admissions of guilt. Much remains sealed. The full scope of Epstein's network and complicity is still being litigated, with future unsealing likely to add clarity. A careful, fact-based approach keeps focus on the record and on the women whose testimony brought this hidden world into the light.